At 168, David Benavidez would not stop Bud Crawford if they were to fight. Remember, Benavidez didn't stop Caleb Plant, but Caleb Plant was holding on for dear life, not really trying to win, more so trying to survive. Bud will be trying to win in this fantasy matchup, in this kamikaze mission. And because of Bud's uh, durability, because of his ability to take a great shot, his punch resistance, overall skill, athleticism, he would go 12 rounds with David Benavidez. But he would look like Martin Lawrence jumping out the ring with Tommy Hearns. Like it wouldn't be good for Bud. The same way it wasn't good for Ezra Charles when he fought Rocky Marciano. And you gotta know the history of boxing. Ezra Charles was a guy who fought at middleweight and light heavyweight. But this was during the time where the mob controlled everything. Of course, as you can see, Ezra Charles is a black man. They wasn't really giving that man no opportunities. He was ducked by guys like Sugar Ray Robinson. Ezra Charles dominated light heavyweight, but couldn't get a belt opportunity, couldn't become champion. He had to jump all the way up to heavyweight. During this time, the heavyweights were really cruiserweights. So he's fighting a man who's naturally larger than him, just like Bud will be fighting a guy who's naturally larger in Benavidez, and a guy with all type of offensive volume and bombs in both hands. So Marciano would be playing the role of Benavidez. Bud will be playing the role of Ezra Charles. Ezra Charles took Rocky 15 rounds. I think he was the first person to go 15 with Rocky because of his overall skill, even though he was smaller, his speed, his ability to take a good shot. But he took so much damage in this fight. You could see it in his face. And Rocky took damage as well. And they fought again, and Ezra, he couldn't go to 15. I think he got stopped in 6 or something like that. And the same thing would happen if Bud would have fight Benavidez more than once. It's like when you're the smaller man and you take that type of beating, you're never the same after that. You could still be great, but you lost some of your greatness. Now, what's the point of me even making this video? Because that's a significant statement that people, they may try to gloss over it. But the fact of the matter is this. If Canelo Alvarez fought David Benavidez, he would get stopped. You know why? Because Canelo is actually around the same size as a Bud Crawford. But he has slower feet, less technique, less skill. He would have to sit there and take Benavidez's best shots. And Benavidez is the larger man in any scenario. He's larger than Bud and Canelo. With all that volume, and you're actually proud, you're not just going to try to survive. Canelo has never tried to survive. He's always tried to win. He will get stopped. Same way Demetrius Andre got stopped. I'm talking about at 168. But just to think, if this fight would have happened, I wouldn't even want this fight to happen because Bud is done. There's no need for him to take unnecessary damage and try to go on a kamikaze mission that he really can't win. But I do believe he will last 12 rounds with the Mexican Monster. But it just wouldn't be worth it. The money wouldn't be there. He wouldn't make as much money as he made with Canelo. He'd take a much worse beating because he didn't take a beating in the Canelo fight at all for less money. And he wouldn't get any credit. Nobody would say, wow, he actually had the balls to fight the Mexican Monster. He fought a man as a natural light heavyweight and all that. Nobody would say all that. They would just be happy to see, Bud get slayed like a sacrificial lamb. Bud will become the new Mayweather for them because they always wanted to see Floyd lose. So Bud will be the guy who fulfills their dreams, the new Jack Johnson or something. Let's just see this man go down. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. This fight, a fight like this is really what's missing from boxing, where a guy lays it all out there. You rarely get that nowadays because of the risk. People know that we live in the era of total disrespect. We live in the social media era, the microwave era, and people just purport their immediate emotion. They don't sit back and think of the significance of things until much later. So if they see you walking around all lumped up, the first thing they'll do probably is laugh or downplay you. They're not going to consider the circumstances, right? So a fight like this would never happen anyway. But if it did, trust and believe, Terrence Bud Crawford will go 12 rounds with David Benavidez, whether you like it or not. As Bud would say, argue with your mama.